Good morning, everybody, and thanks for waking up with the Chase.
No way.
My God!
It's got the 1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to Dave's. I must ask you a question right now.
1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Sit back, relax, and crack a cold one. The Chase is live. Boom clap. What's up? How you guys doing? Happy Friday. 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 And the people who say Friday are usually the people who have live, laugh, love all over their house.
Good morning,
about it
first
that
time
way.
chat.
Oh, we got
Mr.
a first-time
J
chatter.
or MJR.
Is it just me?
Sorry, let me check my iPad. MJR2121.
Well, I'm an old person, so I just use the old paper. Just the old paper.
That's the
brother.
old paper. Oh,
know how to-
just old paper.
Is it just me, or have we been on a little bit of a heater lately with new chatters? I don't know. I feel like I've noticed
yeah.
an influx.
Yeah,
So that's
for
good news.
sure.
So I don't know how you're discovering us, but thank you for discovering us, and welcome to the Chase.
Let us know how you are discovering us, actually.
How are you discovering
I would
us?
love to get the feedback on how people are just stumbling on the David Adams Hobby Podcast, The Chase, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on twitch.tv/DA
Anyways.
So get your good mornings in chat. We're going to acknowledge you all, and then we'll never talk to you again. So say good morning.
That makes one
Say
of
good
us. That
morning.
makes one of us.
Say good morning.
She says that. I don't. Good morning to Schoolie. Good morning, Jess. Jess is here.
Texas, Longhorn 80.
Hook 'em.
Number 12, Scott Fitz. Good morning. Schoolie, Soul,
What up,
Dennis.
Fitzy?
No one else wants to say good morning? Fine. Crazy Redbeard.
No,
Acknowledge
Crazy does.
acknowledge and forget me. Yay. Bye, Crazy Redbeard. Beta, happy Friday. Trickster, good morning. Happy Friday. Stinko Man. Nice name, sicko.
Acknowledge like Roman Reigns.
Nice name, Dennis. A buddy told me about the prison break, and I bought 2 spots. Hit well. Now I'm with you guys for a while. Stick around.
Yay! We love returning customers. We got another first.
D-Pond. Good
What up,
morning.
D-Pond?
How'd you find us?
Shout out Pondy.
Bootsy's in chat.
Bootsy. I haven't seen Bootsy
No,
in a
Bootsy's
while.
a Chase lurker. Don't forget that he lurks in the Chase.
Well, I should say I haven't talked to Bootsy in a while then. Bootsy liked one of my reels the other day though, so shout out.
Zeke
out to a
and
real one.
Warhorse, all you schmucks, all you Chase faithfuls, all you people. Hey,
all you party people.
Hey, all you people.
Hey.
What the heck is a Bootsy? You, buddy.
What
Good
is
morning,
What
PG.
is a Bootsy?
Good morning to our
He's a
faithful
Butsy.
mod,
Hi, PG.
SM
Big
Lori.
weekend ahead. Big weekend ahead.
You guys hear about that Bills game? We're about to get a foot of snow in OP. If you guys don't know what OP is, it's Orchard Park. Western New York jargon.
Okay, I think it's time to move on.
Sugar White 2000 morning.
Another first-time chatter. Good morning to you guys. Oh,
Good morning.
Jay-Z, you're not a schmuck. You're one of us. We're
Yes.
all schmucks. I'm a schlep. You're
You
a schmuck.
are a schlep. Why did you call yourself?
I'm a schlep?
I'm not a schlep. You. Why do I trust you with intimate stories about my life when you make fun of me on this platform?
Because you attack me too.
Are you having an issue with like my joshing around? Let's make up.
All right,
Okay.
there it is, guys. The meeting of the mega powers here. All right, Elena. Fun fact of the day. What do you got for us? Is it a funny Friday fun fact?
It's definitely a fun fact. So the people of Salt Lake City, all my Utah people stand up, eat the most lime-flavored gelatin jello in the United States. Sickos. Absolute sickos.
It's kind of disgusting.
It's-
Actually, it's kind of disgusting.
Anyone out there from the from the Utah? Let me know.
Kind of disgusting.
Kind of have a few questions for someone from Utah, so.
You've got some explaining to do, Salt Lake City. But you know what I want to do is explain to you the thing that I am literally telling you every episode this month.
Yeah, they're going to tell you to shut up soon, probably.
That's fine. They tell me to shut up all the time, and I still keep going. All month long on Fanatics Live for first-time customers. You can use the code that is on the screen right now, DaveAdams20, for $20 off your first-time purchase on Fanatics Live. So not just in the Dave and Adams Lounge. I'm just talking about
Across the board.
Across the board.
Across the app.
Across
iPhone
the app.
exclusive app.
iPhone exclusive app, but there
We'll
is a
let you
desktop version. Bloomy got on the desktop version.
Good for Bloomy. He's
So-
such a faithful.
I think Android is coming soon. It's coming soon. So I just wanted to let you guys know there's going to be another promotion on Fanatics Live that we'll talk about later in the show.
Stick
and
around.
You might be able to use that toward it. So
Yeah.
there you go.
So
What's up?
we have an exciting guest today.
We do?
Yes. John.
You booked this one.
I did.
So what do we got?
So I've been booking guests lately. Just a little fun thing I do.
Subtle flex.
Subtle flex. I book guests. So our guest today is John, or better known as Basketball Card Guy on Instagram. He wears a ton of different hats. He does marketing for Roadshow Cards, to videography for Beckett and our friends over at Arena Club, while also being a content creator where, as you can guess from the name, focuses more on the basketball content side of creation. But without further ado, I think we welcome in John to our guest today. Hello,
Hey.
John.
That is John, not just a basketball card guy. That is the basketball
basketball guy.
right there.
So we heard a story from The Office that you met.
Ah.
You met Mr. Bandura on your endeavor to Cleveland.
Yes.
For you guys that don't know, Bandura's he pulls the strings for behind the scenes.
Relations,
Community
if you will.
relations kind of guy. He's probably in the chat, but yeah, he mentioned that you guys connected in Cleveland. So how was that? What were you doing out in Cleveland?
It was great. So I was out there. I've been, it's not public yet, but I've been tasked with designing the lobby experience for the National this year.
Wow.
Breaking news?
So it's something cool, so heading out there, doing some media strategy stuff too, but spent some time out there, and then we hit the bad weather on Tuesday.
Oh,
And what he doesn't know is we didn't make our flight. And so there were 6 of us that rented a Pacifica and drove 9 hours back to New York.
we've been in the
love
Pacifica
that.
journey from the Midwest. I have
drove.
to say.
So funny you bring that up, John. I actually
Yeah.
drove the Pacific from Chicago's National last year to and from. So
Yeah.
that was
It's a
something.
comfortable minivan.
It's
I can't complain. It could have been worse.
It honestly is a very comfortable minivan.
Were you driving or were you a passenger?
I was a passenger. I was a
Okay.
passenger.
Yeah.
So
Not so much.
So
for the
Jimmy,
person
one
driving.
of the organizers of the show, he drove the whole way. We all volunteered to help kind of pitch in,
Yeah.
but he was a trooper, man. Wow, awesome! It was awesome.
Couldn't be.
So,
I'm
I
not
wasn't
the
letting one of you get behind the wheel.
I'm
that's
not
for
the
sure.
volunteer driver in a group of people
Yeah, that's
ever.
me.
So
That's
yeah, it's
me.
always Troy.
So John, I don't know how much you can say or if there's anything you can say, but obviously we're still very early. But it's one of those things where we all know that once the National ends, the work for the next one begins on it.
Literally.
So as part
immediately.
of immediately, literally. So as part of what's kind of going on in terms of the lobby experience, is there anything that you can kind of tease a little bit toward the next one in Cleveland?
I mean, just the space overall, I would say, is going to be a lot less confusing than the Chicago space, in my opinion. This is my opinion, not the opinion of other folks. But I always like, for all the people that hated on Atlantic City as a city, I always enjoy the actual venue on the inside of Atlantic City because it's a giant rectangle.
Yeah.
And so when you're looking for like the 3,000 row, our friends at Arena Club last year in Chicago, it's like very hard to figure out where that was.
Right.
You went in like this circle and the whole place was this giant triangle and you get very confused. Cleveland's much more of that kind of rectangular piece again. So we got to walk the whole floor, see where everything was going to be. And I think it's going to be a lot easier to find your favorite booths this time around. And certainly the David Adams booth you can find very easily in the corporate section there as well. So.
Yeah.
Nice
no doubt,
plug,
no doubt.
John.
Yeah, thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Oh my god.
And John, obviously, for the folks who may not know, the entire ownership group has changed over
Yes.
new hands.
Management group.
Thank you, management group. So there's a new management group at the helm of the National. So what's it been like just working with them so far on this year's
Great.
National?
Great. I mean, look, they have lots of experience doing shows over the last several years. I've known a couple of them from the New York shows that they've been doing for a couple of decades. One other one's the Chantilly show, the Philly show. So they've got a lot of show experience that they're bringing to the table. So they've got other aspects that they're looking to kind of inject in. And then a lot of it is just really at its core, like this is about promoting vendors. This is about having a great experience for collectors to come in and really enjoy themselves and see cards you cannot see anywhere else in the world. I mean, truly, when you're looking for whether it be a grail or just simply something to complete a set, that's the one room you're most likely to find it in, throughout the year. And so just making it easier for people to find what they're looking for, is one of those things that I think is on top of mind for everyone. and then just creating great, memorable experiences. I have some music background in terms of working with musicians back in my previous life, and so you might see hint some infusion of that since we're close to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, for instance. So
That would be
um,
so cool.
You've piqued my
yeah,
interest.
so just trying to bring all those kinds of things together.
You've piqued my interest, John.
Here's
That's all I gotta say. As a big music buff, I'm gonna look forward to that for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're asking you a ton of questions about the logistics of nationals, and it sounds like you're gonna be a guest coming closer to the national because you're so informed about it. But tell us a little bit about yourself. You have the basketball card guy page. You have a decent amount of followers on there. I want to say it's almost close to 16,000.
Yep.
How did you build up that following? And talk about your passion with basketball cards.
Sure. It started, like many people. My dad collected baseball cards when he was a kid. And when I was like 8 or 9 years old, we were going through the attic. We found a shoebox full of baseball cards. And he's like, hey, do you want these? I had them when I was a kid. You can have them now. You're a kid. It was like 59 to 63 tops. There were a couple of Mickey Mantles. There was some really great stuff in there. And so my mom encouraged me to go off and like learn about them. Like maybe they're valuable, like maybe you shouldn't play with them like your dad did in the spokes of his bike tires and stuff. Maybe you can go out and figure out, how to preserve them. So I started looking into it. A couple of the Mickey Mantles were worth, some significant money, and started going out and looking at that. I played baseball as a kid, but my sport that I really loved watching was basketball. And so shortly after that, early 90s, I started to figure out, wait, they make basketball cards too. I could collect those instead. And so I did. I started there. My first retail job when I was 14 years old, I have the picture. I took it off my wall earlier so I could show you. But my first retail job, 14 years old, Mount Kisco Cards and Collectibles.
I love that.
New York.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's me at 14. A lot of people would look at this picture, be more interested in the wax that's sitting on that shelf there.
Oh my God,
all
that's
the Griffey.
incredible.
Look at all the Griffey.
It's a hell of a. I know Griffey was on like every box.
I
back
know.
He was the guy. So that was my first retail job. I did that for about 3 or 4 years. I started doing. I know everyone talks about like where did repacks start. I did repacks back in 1998, 1999. I was doing flea markets, and I put together repacks with one autograph in every pack. This is when Skybox Autographics came out in basketball, and I was excited about that. And so I did all of that. I set up at shows. I went off to college, and when I was in college, I did a variety of things, but I was in the communications zone where you guys likely probably were too at some point.
Yep.
In a media track, but I was also doing web design work. So late 90s was early for this, but I had learned how to do HTML code. I met a guy who had been doing all these back ends for like banking websites and stuff.
Wow.
And there I was, making websites for card stores, and so I created web experiences for them late 90s, early 2000s, and just kind of kept with cards throughout that. I graduated in 2003 as a broke college student. I wasn't collecting at that point. I couldn't afford, to buy into cards, which also sadly happened to be right when LeBron James was a rookie. So I missed out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Worst year to not collect.
yeah.
So I have a 2-year gap in my collecting, and it was exactly that. It's like, come on,
Just like the worst timing ever.
Hindsight's always 2020. Right?
So I went through, and and eventually, like as time went on, I was doing more and more shows again, and then flash forward to more of the recent years, I was getting involved with tech companies in new projects and new things that were going on. I joined a company called Knox as their chief collector, and Knox was sold to Beckett a couple of years ago now. And it's going to come out as Beckett Collect soon. It's going to be a new platform for collecting and organizing your collection. So as part of that team, part of the Smooth Sleeves team. So I helped them market and get their first distribution deal. Smooth Sleeves are like a penny sleeve that has a slightly larger back edge than front. It's a really innovative piece that allows you to get cards in without clipping a corner, and it makes it easier to pull the cards out of a top loader without like thumbing the card.
Right.
All while keeping that sleeve underneath where the top loader ends. So it's not like sticking out and being weird. It stays self-contained. So it's been a 3-year process getting a patent on that. And so we're at the tail end of that now, which is great. And so I've been working with that company for a while. And just, yeah, I get pulled in all directions. I do video at Arena Club, as you've mentioned. I did a
Yep.
whole series with Derek Jeter there. And that was a ton of fun. I remember looking up to him as a kid back when I was working in that store, and doing just a ton of other stuff. Roadshow Cards, as many of you have seen, the cross-country brand, 4 locations right now. That whole brand was born in my Connecticut office, believe it or not.
Wow.
Jimmy, who's the head, he started the Kentucky Roadshow. He had been doing a video series, a great content series, going out, meeting different store owners from around the country. And he was shooting it on his iPad. And now Jimmy and I followed each other on Instagram, but we never really talked or knew each other. And out of the blue, I one day reached out and I'm like, look, this content that you're making, the idea of it is great. You have these hour-long conversations with store owners. You're getting in depth into things. People want to see this. But unfortunately, you're recording it on an iPad in selfie mode, and the iPad is halfway across the counter, and you don't have microphones or lights.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you guys know the value of production, where you are there. And
For
at
sure.
every national, I've seen the studio set up. You guys, you exhibit that. Jimmy
Thank
had
you.
the right idea for
Thank you.
content, but didn't have the wherewithal.
Mhm.
And so I reached out. We had a 2.5-hour phone call. I walked him through all the stuff. And he said, look, I'm going to fly up to New York. I want to take you out to dinner. I just can't thank you enough for your help. I had been an early partner at YouTube back now 17 years ago. As one of their very first content partners when they launched way back then. Had 50 million views on a channel I had way back then.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird. I did a lot of celebrity content and stuff, and did a lot of work in that zone. And so I had rights at the YouTube studios to come and use the space. So I booked a studio. I brought Jimmy there. It was the first time we ever met, and showed him how to use his iPad. I gifted him some lights and microphones, and to set him off on his way to do that. Little did I realize that 3 weeks later, he'd call me up and go, I really want to create a brand. I want to create a website like your basketballcardguy.com where I sold singles. He's like, I want something like that, to sell singles of mine and to sell wax and to start doing that. And so he came up, we created the brand. I created the first website for him. And then as things move forward from there, I've stayed on as their brand manager. So it's been a lot of crazy stuff in the hub. There's so much more, but I don't want to go. I've already gone too crazy. So
Is there anything you haven't?
I
done?
know, yeah. What haven't you tried out yet?
What
I
haven't
get
you?
pulled into a lot of stuff.
You know
pulled into a
what?
lot
No,
of stuff.
you have that kind of personality where it's like these things kind of, obviously you work hard for them, but they kind of just stumble upon you and you're like, I'm going to try this out. That's
I
kind of
say yes a lot. I say yes a lot.
yeah, which works out sometimes in your favor. Seems like majority of the time it's working out in your favor, John.
I was
so.
say, John, it seems like you're doing a little real life Jim Carrey yes man right here a little bit.
Right, yeah. It's true. It works to a point, and then but then at some point you realize you only have 24 hours in a day, and
Right.
then you can't change that, unfortunately. So
we
yeah.
had some chatters. Johnny, if you want to bring John up full screen again, talking about the jerseys in the background of your shop there. Do you want to talk about some of those jerseys?
Sure. So none of these on this wall are game worn. They're just signed jerseys, but I love how they look. And it was the kind of thing that my collection, one of those things, and actually I learned a lot of this from Jimmy from the Roadshow Cards, because Jimmy always displayed his collection, and I was always nervous. I didn't want my autographs to fade. I didn't want any of this stuff to change. And I think a lot of us are that way. We keep things in shoe boxes or in vaults,
Right.
and like keeping it away. And then you're looking at a picture of it on your phone to remember it, and you're not enjoying the card in person. So like my whole display here was custom made. Let's go this way, actually. Yeah, it's hard. I'm on the mirror. The whole display was custom made, and it's got cards. Like these displays were done like the ones that you see on the walls. They're just graded card displays that you would normally mount to a wall.
Right.
But I had them mounted into a door. And it's actually a door there. It's not just a shelf. I'll open it away from the mic. But
Oh my gosh.
it's all hidden storage, right? So, and it's specifically sized, the way I designed it, specifically sized so that I can have shoe boxes, card shoe boxes in there and stack them perfectly and be able to read what everything is. So the whole thing is filled with like hidden storage for the collection. The jerseys, it's just any of the players that I remember watching as I grew up, either when I was younger or, or current, like obviously Durant's a more current one and
Yeah.
Curry are more current. The Shaq shoe is a size 22. It's insanely big. I collect a lot of autographed shoes from the players is one of the things I really love collecting. So
Nice.
I try and match it up, so Iverson's got a shoe over there. Curry's got all-star shoes. We got the Shaq shoe. We got the Durant shoe, which actually came out of his locker room. A friend of mine got it for me.
Oh my gosh, a friend.
So there's just a lot of cool stuff. And I have the space to display it. So I do that.
Yeah.
And in terms of like the autographs and stuff, like I don't have any UV light in this room. So there's no windows that are open and there's no kind of halogen lights and stuff like that.
Right.
So, and I found that that's worked really well. I had this display set up in my old house as well. And I have it displayed set up here and it's, nothing's faded yet. So
Fingers crossed.
John,
Yeah.
I think the next thing you got to go after is you got to find a replica of the Shaq shoe where he put the cell phone in the bottom of it. You gotta find that one and get him to sign that.
That would be amazing.
I love how you're like, yeah, I had a friend just swipe these shoes for me.
I just
I'm like,
took
I
them.
want a friend to swipe. Can I get
We
some?
all need
than that.
that friend.
I know
So,
that friend
we all
that's
need that
willing to do
friend.
it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I want to know how much joy or value, anything like that, does it give you in life? Can you monetize it? Can you put a number on it? How much being able to do all these things in this hobby and call it a full-time job, for lack of a better term?
Yeah. It's amazing. Like the old saying, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life, right? I've never chased money for that reason. I've chased experiences. And so I always felt like, look, I could be working a job that pays super well. And look, I worked a job back in the day at a very prestigious firm that paid super well.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed myself though at the same time. But if you work a job and all you're doing that job for is to make the money, but you work so many hours of that job. I mean, all of us, we spend most of our waking hours at work. If we think about that, as sad as that sounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
You wanna-
You
yeah.
know.
And so you want to make it not sad, right? So you want to enjoy, you guys enjoy yourselves. You want to
Mhm.
enjoy yourself and what you're doing. And so I found that like, even if you were piling up stacks of money, you don't have any time to enjoy that money unless you're waiting until retirement, which is the worst idea.
Yeah, fake
I
news.
had a friend who
retirement.
is like head of social media photography for NBC. He's the guy that goes up at the top of like for New Year's Eve. He goes up at the top at Times Square and takes all the photographs of the ball drop. He's the one
Wow.
guy up there. He did all the Olympic stuff with all the stars, all this stuff. And all of a sudden he decided, you know what? My wife and I'm just going to quit this. And my wife and I are going to move to Hawaii. And I was like, what? Why? And I'm like, I've talked about retiring to Hawaii, but why? And he goes, no, because if by the time I'm retirement age, I'm not going to be able to surf, probably. I'm not going to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go do that now. So he left what from the outside seemed like the awesomest job you could ever have as a photographer and went and had this great life experience for like, I think 5 years where he and his wife just went and they lived life out there and he did other stuff. He got another job. And so to me, like, that's how I think about it. I take on all the opportunities as, am I going to enjoy this? And can I have impact? I've been places, I've done strategic roles before where people didn't listen to what I was saying and I exit. I just walk myself right back the door I came in.
Yep.
I don't want to charge you money for something you're not using. I want to have impact. Like that's part of it. When you go to sleep at night and you have good dreams, it's about the fact that you've, done something with your life that
Yeah.
you've had that impact.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
So
No doubt. And something else I found interesting is you talked about impact. What kind of tool do you think it has worth if you're coming from an outside world? You worked for a lot of tech backgrounds. So we talked to a few folks that have been in another industry and bring kind of what they learned from there into the hobby. How valuable do you think that can be?
huge. I mean, a lot of anything you do, you should be looking at how other things do it, how other aspects or how other industries do what you're doing, because you can learn from them. I grew up with a hobby. So at the same time that I had the hobby, I was also learning in tech simultaneously. So it wasn't like I could borrow from here something I had already previously known.
Yeah.
It was things I was learning currently that I applied. I mean, I have the stickers here. Like, actually, I think, did I sticker this one yet? No, I didn't. So all of my cards have barcodes on them, and they have since 2006. So I've been barcoding every card in my collection. There's some, so I've been barcoding every card in my collection since then. Every one of these has a barcode on the back.
Wow.
So if I get it, like these 3 cards are beautiful Jordan jerseys that I picked up on Instagram recently. These all came in the other day, and they immediately get barcoded and they get entered into my system. I know what I paid for them. I know who I bought them from. And then in the future, when I look back, I can know how long I had it if I ever trade them away.
Yeah.
I can search to see if I have another one in the same set.
Organized king.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love that.
So like that's something that, inventory control is something I think that's come up a lot recently, like people trying to understand their collections. Same thing with Knox. That's what attracted me to Knox was a more advanced version of something that I had done back in 2006. So when I met the CEO and we started talking, I was like, I love what you're putting together, and I can throw in a few features here and there from my own thing for sure. But I'm passionate about this. I think a lot of us collectors become hoarders over time. Some of us don't like to admit it, but we collect a lot. I have about 500,000 cards at this point, give or take, 50,000, somewhere in there. And keeping track of what you have and knowing what you have, a photographic memory, which I have, only goes so far. I can't remember all 500,000 cards.
Yeah, right.
There's not that much capacity here, but you need to have a way to track that and kind of leave your brain power to other things that might need some of that power in the future rather than remembering all of that stuff. So barcoding systems, Excel spreadsheets, I always tell people is an easy way to do it, to track what you have in your collection. But I think a lot of folks that have entered this as a business, it's a business second to me. It's really a hobby first for me. But for folks that have entered into this in the last couple of years as a business, I think it's vitally important that they write that stuff down because the tax implications are crazy. And some people haven't faced that yet because they keep pushing off this 1099K requirement. But when that hits eventually, you're going to need to know what you had into the cards you're selling, because otherwise to the government, they see a sale, they don't see your cost of goods sold. Now you're paying tax on your entire sale as opposed to just your margin. So I tell people all the time, like, start now. Today, don't wait. It's the best day is today. Like, make sure you know what you have and what you paid. And it also helps you too. You can feel really good when people think that the market is coming down or something. It may be on certain cards, but it's really nice. I can look at my cards and go, well, actually, it hasn't on mine, or it hasn't come down as much on some of mine. And without having that data in place and remembering what you actually spent, you wouldn't even know. And you get into that kind of echo chamber where other people are saying things and you start believing it, when in reality you could just look at your own record and go, wait, that's not true at all.
Right.
For sure, yeah.
John, I think we could have a full hour of you on this podcast.
We might have
You
to.
are like one of our more interesting guests to come on and just give a great perspective on the hobby. My last question for you would be, going back to your 14-year-old self working at a card shop and just loving the hobby, what would he think of you right now?
Oh my God. He would think I was a huge success. And I can't I've only had this experience twice in my life. Once with the card stuff, and the other time when I used to sock away money. I had money hidden in my parents' house for years, like a couple of $1,000s here, a couple of $1,000s there that I'd socked away from my odd jobs that I had done as a kid. And in my adulthood, my neighbor had a convertible that he put on sale at a garage sale that he had. And I went, and I remember, it's the same kind of feeling. That's the only reason I'm giving this whole story around it, to try and qualify it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had told myself when I was a kid that I was saving up that money for something cool, that I wasn't spending it every day like most of my friends are spending all their money on stuff, that someday I could buy something really cool with this money. And sure enough, years later, I bought a used convertible, 2-seater, a little Pontiac Solstice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amazing. And I said to myself at the same time, I'm like, if younger self now, he'd be patting me on the back going, good job, John. This is exactly what I was talking about when I said save that money.
That's
So,
incredible.
I love that.
Oh,
but
man.
it's crazy, you know, like I've had so many great experiences in the last few years. I got to meet Grant Hill, who is someone that I just had so much respect for. And he was amazing. He signed this giant card that I have back on the wall here in paint pen. And it actually wiped off. It was a book signing that we were at, and the paint wiped off. He put the book on top and it smeared. And he came quickly. He was like, okay, hold on. Maybe there's a tissue. He wiped off the whole autograph and he re-signed it. Like he cared that much.
Good guy, Grant Hill.
Yeah, confirmed.
I'm telling you, you know, so there's so many experiences like that. I share a birthday with Paul Pierce, which I didn't know until I met him like 3 times. And then we were like, what, you know? So there's so many cool like aspects where you get to meet and experience these folks as people, not just players, you know, and you realize they are cool guys that have done some really cool stuff.
One of us.
And yeah, you know, and so that to me is getting to know people as people is what I've always been in the hobby for. It's all about the relationships. I love the trade nights more than like the show floor generally. Like I like meeting folks and getting to see their collections, even if I can't buy a card or trade for it. I love seeing that kind of stuff and understanding what's behind it for them.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for your
thank
time
you.
today.
We'll have
my
to get you
pleasure.
on
Anytime.
again. We're gonna have to get you on again for
was
more
gonna s-
stories.
I was gonna say I can already tell you got to conjure up some stories, or we got to see some of your PC over there, and we got to talk more for sure. But the thing that Elena and I like to do here on the Chase for every guest that we have is let us know anything that you'd like to promote, and of course where people can follow along on social media, because we didn't even get to your content, so we'll have to get to that next time too.
They can watch it themselves. Yeah. So I'm Basketball Card Guy on Instagram, all one word. And my website is very simple too, basketballcardguy.com.
Keeping it easy.
Put a .com on the end of it, and then boom, there you are.
There you are.
Amazing.
Yep. And you can see some of my PC on there. You can see some cards that are for sale. You know, if the cards have a price, I'm willing to let them go. If they don't on there, it just means that they're in my PC still. So I have a whole section where people can kind of look at some of the cards in my collection. And it's neat, and it's just a ton of fun. You know, Chauncey Billups, man, well, that was
Hell yeah.
that when I came back into collecting and I couldn't afford Michael Jordan, Chauncey Billups was the guy I picked up because he was a lot cheaper. And now he might go into the Hall of Fame this year, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man.
Thanks so much.
Thank you,
John,
John.
anytime, man, you're always welcome. If there's ever anything that you want to talk about and you want to get out there to more folks, obviously let us know. But have a
Appreciate it.
fantastic weekend, and we look forward to talking
We'll
to you
see you
again
soon.
man.
Yeah.
Thanks. You guys are doing such a great job. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There you go.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say one of, if not the nicest
Yes.
guests
We need to start
we've ever
making
had.
well, we should take advice from John. Make an Excel spreadsheet of like our best and worst guests
Ooh, and rank them?
and rank
That seems
them.
a little harsh.
John's at the top.
John's up there.
John's up there.
He's in the upper echelon.
Yes. Thank you so much, John.
Yeah,
So
thanks, John,
knowledgeable.
man.
Has been in the hobby for forever.
I know. He has so much stuff that it's like, how do you pack it into
Just
20
casually
minutes?
drops that he was like one of the first content creators on YouTube. I'm like,
Oh yeah, my friend just
like,
grabbed Kevin Durant's shoe. Like, you know, it's just he's crazy. I know. It's like I'm like, oh my god. I felt like there was so much to ask.
Yes.
That's why I tripped up.
like
I'm
I
what
tripped
do
up
I
too. Like
ask?
I'm like, what are we even talking about? Like it's all good information.
Unbelievable.
But guess what?
Oh yeah. We actually doubled up on guests today for you guys.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Little double quarter pounder with cheese. Hold
Surprise.
the pickles.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
might get it
hold
for
the
lunch.
pickles. So I don't know if you guys
Payday.
recall. Do you remember that we ripped cards with Trey Augustine?
The Trey Augustine.
The Trey Augustine at the NHL draft.
There
Take
he
a look.
is.
Take
Look
a
at
look
little
right
boy.
here.
I've got Troy Augustine.
This is
He's
actually
getting 5 packs. I'm getting 5
before
packs. From those packs,
Trey
we
ended
have
up
to
getting
draft a
drafted
fantasy
by the Detroit
lineup.
Red Wings
All right, I got my first
in
guy.
the second
ahead.
round.
We got Ovi.
Oh, I mean, a winger.
Yeah.
I obviously got to go Sid the
We're-
Kid
No, it's
for my
is the-
center.
Is the
I'll get my
teleprompter?
goalie. I'll go UC Saros.
Our teleprompter.
That's one of his boys.
Can you
That's
just
one of your
refresh it?
boys.
Just
Yeah,
keep
one
going.
favorite.
We'll
Oh, yeah,
introduce
yeah.
Trey.
So no, I'm
I
just
think I'm gonna burn my
I'm just
first
talking about how
defensive
this
player,
video
though.
here.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
come
we
on,
had him
come on.
draft. He got picked in the second round. We ripped some
topic,
cards
but
with him.
big fan of this
and,
guy.
he had a lot of fun.
Brad
He had a
Marchand.
blast.
I think he bring a lot to
You
my
can see
team,
here
so
he had a
go
smile on
Yeah.
his face.
I
We're
definitely am
Ray
gonna-
and you and I came up with the idea like, all right, before
Trey
we
was
started shooting,
Trey
like,
was one
let's
of our
draft this thing.
favorite. Was one of
Yeah, there's like
Yeah, he was a good kid. But
Trey
guys,
Augustine with a case hit.
He is
going in the
fresh
lineup.
He's
off
going to the lineup.
a win
I got my center
in
coming
Sweden
Yes.
for Team USA. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, how about gold medalist for the USA World Juniors
Him
hockey
too.
team, Troy Augustine? What's going on, Trey, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Long time no see. Last time Elena and I got a chance to see you, it was just before
Yep.
your big night. We obviously we ripped those cards with you, but I know I told Elena didn't even remember it, and I don't know if you do because I'm sure that day was a whirlwind. But we found him in the concourse
I
in the
didn't-
Preds Stadium.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, in the Preds arena, we found him in the concourse, and I was like, oh, there's Trey. So we went up. We just said, hey man, good luck, and look at you now. Look at you now, brother. Detroit Red
Yeah.
Wings draft pick, Michigan State goalie, but I
What
feel like
are you missing?
there's another accomplishment I'm missing that you just came hot off of, and that is a gold medal at the World Juniors tournament in Sweden.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Trey.
Absolutely. Take your bow,
He's an
brother. Take
American
your bow.
hero.
He is Captain America right here. Not to make you blush or embarrass you too much.
What
there.
was that experience like actually winning the gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's super cool. I mean, there's nothing like that tournament. I mean, I remember many years ago sitting at my house, watching with my parents and kind of being able to be on that stage now, which is super cool. And then obviously being able to win a gold medal with some of my best friends. I mean, there's just can't get much better than that.
It literally can't. I saw a TikTok posted by the.
Of course, a
Yeah,
TikTok.
of course. And you guys were like doing a chant in the locker room.
I was gonna bring that up.
And I was like,
Do you
this
know
is,
about that?
No.
So
I was amped though, Trey. Like I was like, this is so exciting.
Yeah.
Trey, give her a little background on that because I remember from me being a kid, Jack Campbell screaming that in the locker room. So give her a little background on that chant and just like how much does that fire you up?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, that chant's been around forever. And then I think like you learn it first at the NTDP in our first year there. They make us sing it a few times so we get it. And then obviously after you win a gold medal like that, you get to sing the song, and that's kind of the only time it comes out. But it's just kind of so cool to share that emotion with your friends.
Are you in that video? Because I was looking for you. Because you're the only person that I knew on that team. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
looking for Trey.
Yeah, no, I was on like kind of like the left side over there. I don't think I was in frame though.
What a shame.
Yeah, it definitely. I will say, obviously, after a very emotional big win for you guys too. I know you're winded in that, but definitely stick to hockey. I don't know if singing is quite the thing for you guys. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we all know that too.
So what was it like over in Sweden though, just in general? Like I'm sure you didn't get a ton of, off time or time to do stuff, but when you did, just, had you ever visited Sweden up until that point and how was it?
No, that was the first time. So it's kind of cool to be able to just like walk around a little bit in the spare time you have, just to experience like a whole different culture and stuff. But obviously, it wasn't too much time for that. But I mean, even like in the semifinals and the finals for that gold medal game, just being able to kind of experience the fans there and how like just impactful they were on the game and how loud they were. It's just super cool to see. It almost felt like a soccer game out there.
Honestly. And was there ever a doubt in your mind and in the team's mind that you guys were going to go all the way and win gold? Or was it kind of like fighting tooth and nail the whole time?
No, I think we all kind of knew that we'd be in that situation. So we've had many experiences before, so we were super confident going in. It's honestly just kind of great the way it worked out.
And we were talking a little bit before this, and you were saying how I was asking where the gold medal was, but you obviously are back at Michigan State, and your parents took it back for safekeeping. What is
Smart.
it? What is it with those gold medals? I've always wondered what they feel like and what it's like putting like a gold medal around your neck.
Yeah, no, I mean it feels great. They've got some weight to them too, which is pretty good. They're definitely not cheap. So just super lucky to have a couple of those now.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey, you know what we do, right? Like, so I just got to ask the question, like, is that one staying with the parents forever? You ever think you'll take a look at what somebody would pay for it, maybe some worth on it, or is that one going to stay close to the chest?
No, that's got to stay close to the chest. I've actually, like all my medals I've gotten from international competitions, I've kind of hung them up with the jersey from the game. So I have a kind of a 4 jerseys now and 4 medals for a little collection started. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome, dude.
So what is life like look like for somebody that just wins gold and then now has to go back to class and sit in a dorm room at Michigan State? What is that like?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of back to the grind now. So not much downtime to kind of celebrate and enjoy it. But obviously had a couple of days, and now we're getting ready for the second half of the season here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the feedback been like since you've been back on campus? Like just from friends or maybe just randos who know who you are now because you're walking around with a medal and come up to you.
Yeah, no, it's super cool receiving all the support from my teammates and staff and friends and family and stuff. Got a whole bunch of text messages and stuff from them, so just super grateful for all the support.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know, for a young goalie like you, obviously drafted by the Red Wings, like we said earlier, what's it like toward your development when you get to go against some of the world's best, you know, around the world? And obviously there's different styles of hockey out there than just the American style of hockey. So how do you think that helps your development?
No, I mean it definitely helps a ton playing against the best players. So there's not much more you could ask for in terms of making myself better. So just absolutely love the opportunity to play against the best.
Yeah. Oh my God, I had a question and
That's all right.
it
Something
flew
else.
my mind.
No, something else I was going to ask is I know that some of the teams from the NHL, you know, some of the front office or the organization will come out and watch the juniors tournament. So I was wondering, you know, did you have a chance to meet up with anybody from the Red Wings organization or just talk to them during or after the tournament?
Yeah, no. So I was texting with them like during the tournament after the games and stuff, but they kind of just let me do my own thing and just kind of prepare my own way.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
good. We ripped with you. We showed the video beforehand, but we ripped with you out in Nashville, and you seemed to have a little bit of fun with that when you did that. Have you bought any boxes of hockey cards since, or are you waiting for us to come back and see you next time?
No, I'm waiting for you guys for the next opportunity to draft my lineup.
Okay, so we'll make a day and time when you don't have schoolwork. Maybe you're on break or something, and we'll bring some
What,
boxes.
his mother?
You're a sicko.
The way you're talking to him, you're like,
He's a busy
get your
guy.
schoolwork done.
He's a busy guy.
He is a busy guy.
Yeah, well, he needs to get his schoolwork done. School's most important. He's not going to school to play hockey. He's going to school to get an education.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Look at him.
Yeah, right. He's trying to hold it in right now. He's trying to hold it in. I love it.
Well, thank you, Trey. We just wanted
Yeah.
to connect with you after the big win, see where your head's at, see if you're into card collecting. But it was awesome talking to you. We'll see you again probably soon.
Yeah, you're stuck with us, Trey,
Yeah.
at this point. You can't get away from us that easy, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's super fun.
Anytime, brother. Anytime, brother. What a Trey guy.
God, Trey fan for life.
Yeah, congratulations once again to Trey and his teammates on the gold medal, bringing it back to the USA for the World Juniors. We may not see Trey in the bigs for a few years, but he's working at Michigan State right now, so
Yeah,
hopefully
he's
another
going to
championship.
school.
Yeah, hopefully another championship coming his way. But some
Guys,
big
breaking news. Yeah.
Yeah, some big news that we just got in here. How about Michael Rubin posted this on Instagram, I think just like a couple minutes ago.
Not the Dackard World comments.
Is it the Let's Go?
Wow.
Oh, wow. She went to Mike Mahan's post too and put Let's Go. So here it is.
Look at guys.
You can see LeBron. So it's going to be an on-card signature. I think that's the important part we need to know.
Yep.
Because I'm sure people were like, oh, is him and Bronny going to be stickers? It's probably going to be stickers. Nope, there you go. You can see the man
think
himself.
Fanatics is making LeBron be a sticker auto after
Not with
getting him
this
out of
one.
the clutches of Upper Deck,
That might
prying
be.
him from the jaws of life?
All right, that's not that bad. I mean, come on. The dude was getting paid millions and millions of dollars over at Upper Deck.
Him and Bronny.
I think there's even another closer up. He's got an even other. There you go. So there you go. You can see it close up. LeBron's hand makes that card look so small.
What if LeBron just had it in his hand and then he
And
just
just-
crushed it?
He just folded PSA 1. He just PSA 1 the card.
Yeah, this is honestly super, super cool. So we have confirmation. We saw it in the flash.
Really cool.
Michael Rubin doing Michael Rubin things.
Well-
Just being Ruby boy.
And think about it. Classic Topps, Bowman, Fanatics marketing. They're parceling it out, right? So, like, they dropped the news. They had some hype video with him voicing it over,
Yep.
LeBron. That's probably the script he was holding in that picture. And then, of course, now they put this out a couple days later. You see him. He's got the script on there. King James. Most
I don't like his
expensive
auto.
card this year? Probably. You don't like LeBron's auto or Bronny's?
A couple circles. You know what I'm saying?
I will say, though,
Looks like a
that has
looks like a
been
bird.
that's been his auto since like day one. If you look at his old upper deck
Well, it's
cards,
like once it probably registered in his head, like I'm who I am. I'm gonna be the best at this sport. And then he looks at the type of auto he's been writing for forever. It's like you can't really change it.
can't not. Although some people,
I bet
do.
I could forge that pretty well though.
That one, probably.
I think I could. Is there? Nope.
Probably.
Can I draw?
Who's gonna pull it? Who do you think is gonna pull this? There's gonna be a bounty on it.
David Adams Card World.
You think David Adams Card World is gonna pull it?
Ready? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
All right, she's gonna try to forge the signature of LeBron James right now. I mean, you got to go a little more like tilted.
I have to bring the
On a
wings.
it's got to go.
I
on
have
a
to bring
slant
the
a little
wings
more.
closer together, but I thought that was pretty good for
I mean,
first
that's not
try.
terrible. I've seen worse.
Oops, I locked my.
I've seen worse forgeries.
But yeah, breaking news out of the Michael Rubin factory. Thank you, Michael. Everyone in the room. Thank you, Michael Rubin. Thank you.
There you go. All right, and speaking of Michael Rubin and company, we got our next little thing here. You're probably hearing this here first for the first time.
Yes.
I would imagine. But Fanatics Live is running a new promotion that is going to be centered around one-of-ones. Starting today
Yep.
and going through 8 a.m. on Monday,
What?
anyone who hits a one-on-one will be rewarded $500 of break credit.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, the viewers are going to benefit as well. Because once the one-on-one is hit, Breakers are actually running a giveaway for an additional $500 in break credit to the chat. So the chat. So guess what? Come see us live, Fanatics, this afternoon,
Yep.
1 p.m. And then tomorrow, spoiler alert, tomorrow, I'll be back in to participate in the promotion. And of course, don't forget, first-time Fanatics Live customers can use Dave Adams 20 for $20 off your
Yep.
first purchase.
There you go.
So there you go. So
Little
maybe that could go towards you.
Plug. There's just 100 extension cords that we're just.
There's so many holes and the water's coming through the dam, so I'm just spackling. I'm filling the holes.
Every time I see shill
Settle
bidding in
down.
the chat, I get anxiety. So
Ooh,
can we
oh, yeah.
stop with the shill bidding? I get anxiety when you guys start talking about shill bidding.
You guys have to understand, she can't hit her vape to calm her down during the show. So you can't.
I don't vape, Mom.
Your mom, Vicky doesn't watch this.
Vicky-
When's the last time Vicky watched this show?
I don't think Vicky's ever.
She doesn't even know.
watched this.
She doesn't even know that you're on a show.
No,
on
I
Twitch.
told my mom last week. I was like, yeah, I'm on the chase now. And she's like, okay, so what does that mean? I was like, damn.
She's so proud of you.
She-
Vicky is so proud of Elena.
Oh, love you, Mom.
Love
maybe
you.
maybe you'll watch this on YouTube when you're in your nursing home.
Love you, Vicky. Are you putting her in one?
If she doesn't start watching my content, yeah, she's going to a nursing home.
All right.
She hits 60 next year, and then it's all Lena's choice.
We have Mrs. Yarger. That's right. We have
Yeah.
Mrs. Yarger.
I'm not sad about it.
Let's just move on before we start getting into another therapy
Do
session.
you guys remember when we announced that bounty for the Anthony Volpe 1-of-1 MLB debut patch, the one that still exists? Well, there was another bounty put out by an anonymous collector that we helped facilitate that bounty for.
Mhm.
But that guy was like, nah, you have until December 31st of 2023 to cash in on that bounty. Looks like it didn't happen because our customer service department just sent us this fresh off the presses. Look at this guy. Pulled the
Very, very
Jordan
cool.
Walker 101.
Very, very
And-
cool.
Just chilling. I love this picture.
It's such a good picture. Did you see the little tidbit, though?
No.
So, one, this guy is a customer of ours. He bought this box from us, got it sent to his house. He ripped it yesterday and pulled this. Guess what yesterday was? This guy's birthday.
Happy birthday, Bubba.
Happy belated, Bubs.
Happy birthday, Bubba.
Huh? Happy belated.
Nothing like a Jordan Walker MLB debut patch to get you in the birthday spirit. You can go out. If you were in Buffalo, I'd tell you, buddy, go out to Chippewa. Little bottoms up action on that Jordan Walker money.
Of all the places you could go. Don't take a destination vacation. Come to Chippewa and Buffalo and drink your $100,000 away. What in God's name is wrong with you?
But that's so cool. So is it
No,
the white
super cool.
glove?
Yeah, so I did. I zoomed in on it. That is what they called that white glove redemption. So
Oh, yeah,
it is
you can
not
tell.
live. He can send. So that's why I'm interested. Maybe we should have service
reach
reach
out.
back out to him and just ask him a couple of questions.
Look at, he's got the NFC North champion shirt on for the Lions. Lions
Go
fans,
Lions!
Lions fans, stand up!
I bet
Let's
you
go.
Dan Campbell would be proud of this guy.
He kind of looks like Dan Campbell without a beard.
A little bit.
Is it Dan Campbell?
Shaving Dan Campbell?
Yo, shout out Dan Campbell for pulling the Jordan Walker 101.
But that's super sick. So I am interested, you know. Obviously the bounty expired, but now he knows that maybe this thing is worth like that much. So is he gonna get it great? Is he gonna do the
gotta
white
get it
glove
great.
redemption?
Yeah, you gotta get it.
And then
graded.
is he gonna possibly try to move it for that much?
Yeah, I don't know. You think it's Johnny zooming on his face? Do you think it's?
Why are we doing
Do you
this to
think it's
this guy?
Do you think it's registered that he's like about to come into a lot of money?
All right, why are we be nice? Why are we doing this to this
We're
guy?
being nice. It's like that's the face of someone that's like, I'm holding
He's probably trying to
$150,000
hold
card.
in his excitement, honestly. He's probably trying to hold in the excitement.
What if you rip the white glove redemption in half on accident? Then is it like?
Only you.
Then do you still get the redemption, or does it have to be in good condition? We'll book him as a guest, Bally.
I don't think
I don't
it
know.
matters.
That's my anxiety. It's like, what if I accidentally drop this in the toilet?
Well, it probably has the code.
Oh yeah,
All you got to do is scratch. You can do whatever the hell you want with the physical card as long as you can get the code off.
facts.
So you do whatever you. Hell yeah, bro.
Facts.
All right, dog. Well, that's a good reminder though that
We have a bounty.
David Adams still has the bounty intact for the Anthony Volpe 101, which, to our knowledge, has not surfaced yet.
Yeah, where is
That's
it?
worth $150,000. Yeah, because we put the anonymous collector put that out in November.
Yes.
We
you
put
had-
ours out, and they
the
put
same
theirs
time.
out at the same time. So this has been going on since November. So we'll have to see.
What's next?
What is next? Let's get into our new segment that we've been doing. We debuted it last week. It's called First Look. We actually have a couple products for you that we're going to look at for the first time.
Yep.
So I think the first one we got to bring up is obviously big news yesterday, hitting Twitter. If Michael Rubin and them aren't making news about LeBron, they're making news here about the first designs that we're seeing of 2024 Topps Series 1. So there you go. That also confirmed for us everything that everybody's been speculating, that indeed Topps Series 1, the Chase rookie, will be Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie De La
Yeah.
Cruz will have his rookie cards in 2024.
How do you like the
product.
look? The look has all over card Twitter, all over hobby Twitter. It's been
Yeah, here's some more examples.
mumbo jumbo of there's so much dead space on this card. There's so much dead space on the card. What are we going to do with this card?
Well, exactly. It's all the old heads talking. Personally, if you're talking to someone who's 30 and is like a Gen Zer or whatever, my gen or millennial, I like this look.
I see what they're trying to do.
It's like it's almost like the neon sign.
Yeah, I like it.
It's different.
I don't
At least
hate.
it's different.
Don't hate.
Well, because I feel like sometimes it's
You
just
you could show me.
basic.
You could show me any baseball card in the book, and I'm gonna be like, just not a baseball guy, buddy.
It's fine.
Bubs.
You don't have to be. Bubs, I understand. You're not a
Bubs.
baseball guy.
Some people like
What do
it,
you guys
like the
think?
look.
Yeah, what
it's
do you guys
okay.
think,
I
yeah?
like it. Love the neon look. I like the neon look. I really do.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
I'll
a
buy
fan of
some.
the neon look.
I think it's different, and I think they're trying to give Series 1 a little revamp because it's base central,
Yes.
and it's something fun and different to look at.
I'll tell you right now, what I thought of is I already thought ahead, and I think these are going to look really sharp when it comes to chrome next year.
Yeah.
Those will look sick in the
Ooh,
chrome,
That will
right?
look. You forget about chrome.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they obviously keep the same design as they do for Series 1 for chrome. So I think those are going to look sick. To be honest.
And
with you.
Series 1's more
Different.
of an affordable rip, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very economical rip because it's more about set building than it is really, I would say, about like your hits.
Yeah.
You know? But you
Which
can
we
get super
support.
short print. You can get image variations. But here's the thing is with updating that, they started adding short prints in that. So maybe
Right.
we'll see some of that stuff going forward in 2024.
We also have another solicitation we want to look at. 2024 Immaculate Football. Let's look at it. Immaculate.
Does it look
Scroll.
immaculate though?
Here we go. I like Immaculate. I'm Immaculate Stan. Sue me.
I was gonna say when it comes to let's go from a design standpoint. When it comes to the design of, let's say, Immaculate's a little higher end, right?
Mhm.
So for you, if you can think NT, Flawless, or Immaculate, what do you think is the nicest design? Or to you, like which one do you like?
I'm an NT. I'm an NT girl. I'm National
NT?
Treasures. I'm National Treasures all the way, but I do really, really like Immaculate.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
feel
looking
like is
product.
Immaculate okay? If you take the 3 highest ends, National Treasures, Flawless, and Immaculate,
Yep.
is Immaculate like the third least?
Yes.
Like it's like kind of you can kind of clutch at it, and you can kind of
fingertip.
yeah. It's like
It's fingertip.
like I can kind of afford that. So
It's fingertip reach.
I like that. Can you scroll down, Johnny? So the base, all the same signature moves. I love how they have Allen on all of this. Finally, what's this dual BS? Jim Kelly and
Peyton
who?
and John Elway. Did you
Oh.
just say Jim Kelly?
That look like Jim Kelly.
All right. I mean, that's
Oh,
fair.
John Elway.
Yeah, John Elway.
Oh, look at the Hobbies poster child, Brock Purdy. Scroll past him.
Okay, what else do we got?
Ooh, rookie logo authentics. Who do they have? CJ on there? Smart.
Wow. Right, because, I mean,
Who's
got
the
it.
duel of? I can't read.
that's Fields
DJ Moore?
and DJ Moore.
Oh, that Legacy will love that, won't you, Leg?
So I wonder, like, because obviously if you're Panini, you have to think about what you can do with CJ Stroud, Will Levis, and Bryce Young. So, like, I wonder if we'll see a dual shield of CJ Stroud and Tank Dell.
That would be a good one.
They did the dual
Or Devin Singletary.
Color Blast or Devin Singletary.
That would be
but
my dream card.
That would probably decrease the
Panini,
value of that
if you're
card.
out there, make a duel of CJ and Devin Singletary.
Oh.
Bang! Touchdown master, but he gets a touchdown in the playoffs.
This is
Put the
interesting,
house
though,
on
the
it.
logo authentic. Johnny, what does that say in the? Oh no, it just says card image. The logo authentics. Does it have any explanation underneath? I can't see because it says
Card
guest is in.
images.
Oh no, okay. I didn't know if it had anything like that.
Is that the last page?
And that's
blah,
here you
blah,
go,
blah,
though.
blah.
I mean, no. I mean, this isn't some bad. This is some pretty good information. 6 cards per pack. 1 pack, obviously. 6 boxes per case. It's a 6. These are the
Sixer?
tins. Remember we did these?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
I like Mackie.
So like these are the tins. 5 autos or memorabilia cards, 1 base or parallel.
Nice.
So you're not necessarily guaranteed like 4 autos and a mem. It's kind of just a mash around of all of them. But that's a fun product. We did a big VIP break around it last year.
Yeah, we'll probably do
so
it again.
Keep an eye out for it.
We like to do VIP breaks.
Yeah.
Next.
Next,
Bob.
please. So Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers said he was going to
Ew.
go back to Texas to play another year, and he released a video of him signing a select draft card, which looks like a one-on-one. Check this out. I just think it's interesting that he went with. Like, do you think Panini paid him to put that in his video?
Yeah, 100%. I think this is a Panini funded video.
Who I truly am these past 2 years that I've been here.
100%.
Through the ups and downs, these fans.
So he's writing his journal entry.
What do you think that says? I want to pause it later and read it.
Yada yada yada.
Dear Diary,
And there he goes. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, out
yeah.
of nowhere, he just pulls this out.
I'm coming back, little schmucky boy.
So do you think they'll do a promotion around that? Like, you know how
I think this is the promotion. I think they're just letting
no.
him.
Well, remember how like Victor Wembanyama, they had the first card I ever signed, and it was like a promotion. Like, I wonder if they'll do that with Ewers, or like they'll have any kind of special things surrounding it if you pull it.
Huh?
Just
Maybe.
saying. Like, you got to find that one.
How many times do you think he had to write in that journal?
I wonder how many takes this took.
What?
With that being said,
Johnny
Oh.
saying he's right, is what he said.
Oh.
So there you go. Just a cool little moment to think that, he signed a card in an announcement video going back to Texas. So
That
that's-
pen is just so satisfying looking. Is he good? Is he any good?
I don't know
No.
how he'll be because
Mid AF.
I don't know. I don't.
Honestly,
I
I
don't, know a
don't
lot
follow
about-
Texas sports. I
I
think
say,
I,
I don't-
follow college sports. Get.
But it just goes to show how card companies are kind of cards are becoming more mainstream now.
Yeah.
Into pop culture, like things like this.
Absolutely.
So what do we got up next, though, Elena?
It looks like Leaf is giving back. They had a tweet on X saying thank you to all those who bought these cards because they raised $20,000 for the Autism Foundation. So it looks like it was a special line of cards
It's awesome.
that they used to
Yeah.
raise money for the Autism Foundation. Shout out Leaf. As
That's
much
really cool.
as much as they make rumblings
Yeah.
and rumble and feathers and whatever, this is a great thing that I think more companies should be doing with their cards. Is just raising money for a good cause.
And you want to know
not
something too?
Quinn.
$20,000 is
That's a substantial
good
amount.
chunk. That's a good
Yeah.
chunk of change being sold off of cards. Now, see, I didn't know this was going on. So hopefully next time it gets pushed on the bigger platform there, so more people can see it and you can raise more money. But just a cool thing that Leaf did. So yeah, good kudos to them for a nice little thing there, and that can make a difference. That $20,000.
What did I not say the right thing, chat? I said rumble feathers. Is that not the saying?
Ruffle feathers.
Oh,
That's fine. Don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna freak out.
Why are you gonna freak
No,
out?
I'm not. I'm really not.
This last story here.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
gonna
pretty
give
cool.
the code while they
Go for it. Yep.
exclamation mark all cap. Wait, what's that? What is that link? Help.
Yeah, I guess. See what happens.
Yeah, you guys are waiting. You guys have to wait. The second I hear Commanders news. Where is it, Johnny? Oh my God, Johnny's yelling at me.
All right. In the meantime, what is the code?
The code is exclamation point puck, all caps, puck.
Oh, the GM.
Oh, yeah, you did break
I
this to
told.
me. Yeah. This is good. Josh Harris's Commanders are only on the up and up. It's a rebuild year. Ron's gone. Ron is gone. It's a rebuild year. And this guy is coming in. Listen, Eagles aren't good anymore. Cowboys suck. Who else is in that division? Giants.
Yeah.
They're going to be a poverty franchise for the next 2 decades. It's Commanders Central Time
Is
now.
that how you really feel?
They had the most people at their stadium than they have in years. 63,000 they maxed at.
Wow.
Those Commander fans.
Good time to be a Commanders fan, am I right?
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, get on the wagon before it's too late. You guys are going to fall off and we won't get ya. We won't get ya. Love DC sports.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I thought this was cool, though. You know how I've been talking till I'm blue in the face about the
Yeah, these industry
World
plans.
Baseball Classic?
Yeah.
Anyways, this player, the player for the Kansas City Royals, what did he do?
MJ
What did he
Melendez
do?
put out a little bounty, it appears, that says, I will personally fly you out and trade for these cards if they surface. So he's asking for these World Baseball Classic 1 of 1. Well, this one's a 1 of 1. What's the other one?
I think they're both one. They're both one. That's Topps Dynasty. But that is also in his World
People
Baseball
don't like-
Classic uniform.
People don't like Topps Dynasty, I feel.
Well, it's a high-end product. High risk, high reward.
Yeah. Is he any good, MJ? It's my grandma's name, by the way.
MJ?
Well,
Like
Mary Jane, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Puck.
these are both Top Dynasty. My bad. These are not but we've been talking about that World Baseball Classic product.
Just in
but
your head.
really cool, though. You were talking about Corbin Carroll the other day, how
Mm-hmm.
he bought his own Superfractor, got it graded. So just another cool example of MLB players trying to collect their own stuff.
So
Mike Trout does the
this is
same
my
thing.
question. Has Topps Dynasty released for this year?
No,
So he's signing this in his kitchen. He's taking a picture of it, and then he's like,
got to send them back to Topps. That's what happens. They send them to them.
"Yeah, that's
They
cool."
sign them.
No,
he
it's,
sends them back.
I like this idea.
No,
QX
I do.
Files music.
I love it. I love the fact that he saw these cards without his auto, and we're like, "This is dope." And he's like, "I'll fly you out to a like."
Yeah.
He'll basically take you to a game for that card. Like, I think that's pretty cool.
No, it's definitely sick.
We'll have to keep an eye on it when Dynasty comes out because we'll have to see if he makes good on his word and that actually happens.
Yeah.
You know.
MJ, let us know what you do.
Yeah.
How about
Let
you
us know,
remind the
MJ.
people while more people keep chatting
Yeah,
for this
guys.
22-23 box of ice hockey.
Don't forget Fanatics Live all month long. Dave Adams 20. First time purchasers on the app in general. Are you sick of me telling you this yet? Maybe you should just do it and then I'll stop telling you. Dave Adams 20. That's the code. Fanatics Live. Your first time purchase on the app. $20 off a group break. $20 off a personal.
No, Bally, it's 20, not 30.
Dave Adams 20. Dave Adams 20. Where's the Android app? But actually, Drew, Bloomy was able to get on the desktop. So Bloomy is now on Fanatics Live, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he'll come see us today. And make sure you come see us today on Fanatics Live.
We got 90 Ellie.
I think that's good. I think that's a good number. So let's run it for people at home. How about a little 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who's winning the ice box?
Drew! D to
the R to the U?
D to the R to the U.
D
oh my
to
God,
the
that's how
RU?
you read his name.
How about it? D to the RU. How about that,
Drew?
Drew? Congratulations,
you won,
Drew.
Bubs.
How about a little brand new Upper Deck Ice Hockey for you, pal?
So you know the drill. Email thechase@dacarworld.com with your shipping address, full name, email, everything else, social if you really want it. I had a copy into the sheet.
I know, I just wanted to
Piss me off. If you want to win the giveaway.
What?
So, hang on. One last thing down from the Ray Factory.
Stop it. Are you serious? That's a
tweet I've
Rappaport?
ever seen. That's the fakest tweet. Ray just tried to get me with a fake Bill Belichick to the Commanders tweet.
It was a
That's
She
ridiculous.
doctored up a Rappaport tweet that said that Bill Belichick was going to the Commanders soon. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. Thank you again to John. Honestly, another fantastic guest. But some great topics, great discussion for you guys today. Thanks to Trey Augustine, too, for taking some time out of class,
Yeah,
for
good
Christ's
boy.
sakes, to talk to us.
Good boy,
but,
Trey.
we're going to raid you to Two Bros right now. Wake's over there for Meerkat today, so make sure you say hello to Wake. Tell him that Bill Belichick is going to the Commanders. Can you do that for us, please? And until Monday, do us all a favor. And just remember, it's all about the Chase. I'll see you on Fanatics at 1 p.m. Top Chat out. Hugs and kisses. Love you guys. Bye.